Okay, so an update for you. How has my month gone? Right, so you all know that I was able to pay my rent from May 1st. Now it's May 9th. Okay, so here's what happened. Last month in April, on the 19th, I managed to get myself a rental vehicle. Right now, the great thing about the rental vehicle is my insurance company is going to repay me to reimburse me for the cost of the vehicle and the gas that I'm spending. So I got this rental vehicle and I've been using that to do temp work. What I've also done is I've signed up for delivery work. I won't say what company because I'm not here to promote them, but I signed up for that and I did that every day. I was up at 6:30 every day and I finished and I got home around 10 o'clock, in bed at 11. And I did that for 20 days straight. So I made a great deal of money in that time. I'm very tired, so I'm taking 2 days off right now. But I also only get covered for a certain amount for my insurance. So 20 days was the maximum based on what I paid that they're going to refund me. After that, it's on my own cost. So I'm done as of yesterday. 2 days off here because I need to relax. I need to rest. And the reimbursement for the rental, though, is going to take about 9 weeks, which is painful because I still have bills coming up. So right now, the problem is my car that's in the shop, I've still got debt on it. I still have to pay that. So I'm still paying that every single 2 weeks. But I don't have it. Same with insurance. You have to keep paying that even if you're not driving it because you can't leave it in the mechanic's lot without it being insured and they won't take it. So the other thing about that is the damage was rodent damage. If I didn't mention that before. Oh my god, I'm so tired. But rodent damage. Thankfully, it's covered because I pay the extra for comprehensive insurance. I just got to pay the deductible of $500, which, it stresses me out. I know it's the 9th, but the amount of money I have in my bank account is very minimal based on the money I have to make this month. Okay, it's gone. I erased it. I was going to look at the total. I've got to redo the math on that. But, so, I put my nose to the grindstone, as it were. And over the last 20 days, I've managed to pay all my bills. My rent, my phone, access to the internet, because you kind of need that, especially when you're applying for work, and trying to also put the effort in to learn new things, online courses, because I'm trying to transition out of entertainment. However, I'm still going to be doing it, just not in the way that I was before. Yeah. So I'm doing that. So I'm here. But the kicker is, what am I doing now to make income? Right? So if anybody has money out there that wants to just give me money to just, keep paying my rent until I get a job full-time somewhere, feel free. I got PayPal. It's all linked to my website. Just do it. Send me some money. Show the love. Honestly, I'd marry rich if I could. Who wouldn't? That would be great. Not have to do anything? Sure. Great. Anyways. So, yeah. That's the weird thing now, because now I'm on this deadline. So the interesting thing is I could continue to do, but the thing is the gig work, the temp work that I've been getting, a lot of it's, you need a vehicle to get to. And that's another tough situation, because sometimes what you're getting paid isn't even enough to cover the rental for the day. However, the delivery work that I signed up for actually is pretty good. If I can keep up doing, 15, 18-hour days, then I can actually manage to pay for the rental vehicle and have some money in the bank. The thing is, I'll still just barely be getting by as I have been, and I'm going to be tired as well, because before I was barely getting by, as a lot of people are, but I wasn't as tired. So, and the residuals that I've been getting from my content has been getting slimmer and slimmer. So unfortunately, that's also not necessarily the best right now, but that's okay. It's still something. So that's that update. Now, here's the interesting thing that I want to explain. I signed up for assistance, social assistance, to help me with my rent potentially. I did this actually all last month. I signed up. They didn't respond to me until the 2nd of May. And I was really annoyed. And I responded and said, hey guys, no wonder people are going homeless It was the end of the month. If I couldn't have friends give me some money to pay my rent, I didn't have a little savings, I dipped into all of it, which now I have basically no money, it's like $200 in savings, then I'd be on the street. And at this point, I can't even sleep in my car as I was before. I'd literally be nowhere. At least it's, summer. Not that I'm a stranger to that. I've slept on a bench before. I've slept on a park. But I had to cuss them out for that. I think, someone that's applying for that because they're about to lose their home really should be in an emergency inbox that you can get to quicker. The way you're acting, no wonder we're going homeless. And then trying to find a place to live all over. And getting this place was exhaustive for a lot of reasons. I may talk about that in a future video. Although actually it did. When I did a whole series about me being homeless on a different channel, which I've never shared here, which I may share, and I do talk about that aspect of why, the difficulty of that. So then they responded saying, well, you gave us all the stuff from your banking because you got to show them all what you're making, your taxes, all these different things to see that if you are in fact able to qualify. But a lot of what they were asking for, because I was on the system 2 years ago, they already had. And then they didn't even read the numbers correctly. He says, oh, it looks like you made $8,000. Why do you need my help? Okay, no. If I would have made that much, if you counted correctly, you moved a decimal, that's 700. I responded very annoyed with the guy, because I'm like, look, first of all, half the stuff you're asking me for, you have. The other half that you're asking me for, I can't get, because my bank is an online bank. So you can't get a banking profile, which I know because I went through last time I set this up, and someone helped me set this up and said, by the way, you have all these details. Not to mention, it doesn't matter how much money a person made that month. The question is, how much should they have in their bank account, and what went out for what purpose? So if they would have paid attention, they would have seen what came in went out for bills. And I have nothing. I think I have $400 at the time. Now it's just like crazy. So I said, thank you. You tried, but you didn't do a very good job, and it's just faster for me to go down to the office. If I go down to the office, they'll do it within a couple hours, which is what I should have done last month. Thankfully, I made it through, and I withdrew all the money I had in savings and everything else, and, everything else, the way that people have been supporting me and sending me tips online to PayPal and all that, Patreon and all these things. With Patreon, don't go there. There's nothing really there anymore. I'm going to redo all of that. But, yeah. That's what got me through. So now I can start looking at focusing on studying and doing other things possibly. But that's where I'm at sitting. So I've got some money in the bank, trying to find a job. I had a job interview 2 days ago for a really good company that I really want. And that's where that is. So just to kind of sum up that whole thing of this last 2 months of videos with regards to losing my car, which was connected to some pay, that's where I'm sitting at right now. I've done it. Now, the other thought, I could get this rental car and do these deliveries, but I'm going to, again, like I just said, long days. So I'm questioning if that's worth it, and technically it is worth it if I can manage to do the days. But I mean, there was one day I only made $16, and I sat around for 8 or so hours. After 6 hours, I started questioning, why am I still sitting here waiting for something? And after 8 hours, I'm like, forget this. I made $16, and I haven't even paid the tax on the $16 yet. So, right? But you never know. In this day and age, a lot less people are ordering and doing everything, right? We're all saving, trying to save and struggling. But again, that was the same thing back in the 50s, and then, into the 90s, and then 2008, and then now. So it's not a new thing. This happens every few decades. Anyways, such is life. Gonna leave it at that. That's that. That's that. And I'm just finishing making some fresh stew from scratch. There's actually a video on that I have uploaded, maybe already or will. Anyways, there's gonna be a cooking playlist somewhere. You can take a look. My Naked Chef series. I'll leave it at that. That sums up this whole month or so that I've been putting a couple quick videos about rent payment and all that. That's done. Again, this will be in my homeless playlist, but from now on, I'm going to be updating that playlist with just stories and my experiences over the last 12 years of being homeless. Yeah, not sure when the next video is for that or anything else, but the one thing I can guarantee is May 11th, I've got a new video I'll be publishing. I might even go live. I don't know. If I get to 30 subscribers here, I don't know. But May 11th, come back. I've got a video, an anniversary video. Okay. I'll go text someone and tell them you love them.